Okay, national accounts time, everyone, so try to pay attention. GDP growth in the December quarter was 0.4%, or about half what the economists had forecast. Annual growth rate of 2.3% was almost 1% below average. Huge variations between the states, with Queensland and WA sporting Chinese-type growth rates, Victoria and New South Wales wallowing along just above 1%, and Tassie in recession, wondering where it's going to get some growth from. Productivity, or GDP per hour worked, actually grew, which is nice for a change, but GDP per person was almost zero, indicating that 3/4 of the GDP growth that actually happened was caused by population growth. Farm GDP fell, and so did the savings rate. Now, my graphs tonight come not from the national accounts, but from a speech today by the Deputy Governor of the Reserve Bank, Philip Lowe. First, employment by industry, and pay particular attention to mining, which is where the greatest investment boom in history is taking place. It's the flat line down the bottom. Yep, it's got the most investment, but the least employment. The manufacturing and agricultural workers being laid off are going into services. And just focusing on manufacturing, output and exports are holding up, but employment is falling. Fewer people are making the same amount of stuff. The dollar is in the 105s for the first time since January and has now fallen 2 cents in 2 days, thanks to the sudden reappearance of low growth and debt worries. And it was another bad day on the share market, down 1.4%, which is the same as yesterday. Once again, the resources stocks were hammered, but this time banks and retailers joined in. And there were some nasty falls in Europe and New York last night after Greece threatened to default any bondholders who don't join in the restructuring. Now, that couldn't have been surprising, but I guess it just reminded the markets that Greece is still broke. And that's finance.